Attorneys. Most firm owners we've ever spoken to think that an open position is saving them money. The salary's not going out, so the seat feels free. Frankly, it's the opposite. The real cost of an unfilled hire is brutal and it's compounding, and almost no one on your team is tracking it. Let me show you what that empty chair is actually costing you every single week. Quick context, my name is Hugo E. and I'm the founder of Legal Staff Now. We've helped tons of law firms nationwide fill roles with Latin American talent that have law firm experience. So we have a lot of experience in seeing these stories play out. Let's start with the number that no one calculates. Across multiple industries, an unfilled role costs about $500 a day in lost output, the work that just isn't getting done. That's not a soft, feel good figure. It's the standard benchmark. $500 a day, every day that any chair sits empty, walking quietly out the door while you tell yourself that you're saving on payroll. Now, stretch that over how long these roles typically stay open. A position usually takes about 44 days to fill, and that's before you paid a recruiter any money. Do the math, and by the time you fill it, you've lost around $20,000 in productivity alone. That's $20,000 in work that didn't happen for a seat that you thought was saving you money. And here's the part that makes it worse. In legal, that 44-day average is really optimistic. The local hire for a law firm, on average, takes up to 6 months from the day that you decide that you need someone to the day that they actually start the job. So, all that posting, the screening, the interviewing, notice periods, that whole slog, and then the new person needs months before they get up to speed. You're not 44 days from relief. You could be most of a year. But the dollar figure isn't even the real damage. The empty seat doesn't sit quietly, it lands on your team. Every task that that chair was supposed to handle gets dumped on the people that you still have. They stay late, they pick up the slack, and the work that used to get done starts getting done fast and sloppy instead. And this is where it turns into a bad spiral. The open seat is what burns out your best people. You lose one person, the load lands on everyone else, and the most reliable one quietly hits their limit. And now you've gone two empty chairs instead of one. Understaffing is the single most common reason that good people walk. The vacancy doesn't just cost you output, it manufactures the next vacancy. Then it reaches your clients, which is the part you can't afford. Cases get slower, deadlines start slipping, calls don't get returned because nobody has time. The work an empty seat doesn't do doesn't just disappear. It shows up as a frustrated client, a missed deadline, a case that drags. And a client who feels neglected doesn't complain. They just leave and they tell people why. So let's be honest about what's really happening while that role is open. You're not saving money. You're financing a slow leak in lost output, in overtime, in burnout, in clients who quietly drift away. The unfilled seat is the most expensive seat in your firm precisely because it doesn't show up as a bill that you ever had to look at. So here's the good news, and it's the whole point of this video. You can fill that role in weeks, not months. A dedicated, vetted virtual professional can be in that seat and working in your systems in a fraction of the time that a local hire takes, without the recruiter fees, without the months of waiting, without the overhead of another in office salary. You stop the leak before it becomes a flood. Every week that you have that role open, you're paying for it anyway, just in the most expensive currency there is, your team's energy and your client's patience. Stop paying for the empty chair. Fill it fast, fill it smart, and put that $500 a day back to work. If you've got a role that's been sitting open for weeks or worse, months, and you're feeling the drag, that's exactly what we help fix. So book a call with legal staff now. Our information is in the call notes below, and we'll get that seat filled before it costs you another dollar. Talk soon.